What's good, everybody? It's your boy, O'Shea Duke Jackson, back at it again with another episode of The Celebrity Junk. You know, guys, I've been hearing a lot about this whole Joe Rogan situation, and we all know that he's a very powerful podcaster, has $100 million deal on Spotify. A lot of folks like Joe Rogan. Some people from my medical school, you know, they used to watch him like religiously. Now, I'm not really a big fan of Joe Rogan, but some people, obviously people are. He gets millions and millions of listeners every day. And, you know, he's been really, active talking about this, like kind of anti-COVID stuff. All right. He's been really adamant about it. People have been pissed off about his stances towards the coronavirus and things like that. And so I believe that most likely what may have happened is that this whole situation about him using the N-word in his earlier podcasts have resurfaced. Now, I believe that this is something that's already been quite possibly addressed. I've heard some other YouTubers say that, like Pan-Africanism Strikes Back says that. But it's been readdressed again, so much so that he had to apologize for that. And not only did he apologize for it, but, many people have pulled off their stuff off of Spotify. And Spotify said, listen, we're going to give him another chance. And exactly, you're going to do that because if you let him go, somebody else is going to pick him up and he's still going to end up making $100 million again somewhere else. So, it's okay for Joe Rogan to say the N-word and still get picked up because Joe Rogan can't be canceled. What? That's what Spotify just told us. But here's the reality. Joe Rogan is married to a young lady by the name of Jessica Ditzel. She's not so young anymore, but she used to be with a guy named Dean O'Connor. Now, if you've ever heard the song H-Town Knocking the Boots all night long, right? We've all heard that song before. He was the lead singer. All right. They had a child, and that child, they didn't stay together. She was the baby, right? But she ended up marrying Joe Rogan. She married Joe Rogan once 2009 came about. So obviously the daughter, the biracial daughter, was grown at this time. Okay. But Rogan, at some point, even before they got married, there's evidence to show that he legally adopted her. So Joe Rogan is with a woman that has a child by a black man. So, and then you see all these people, folks saying that, that Joe Rogan likes black people and all this other stuff. I believe you had like one of these guys that was the, one of these guys who's running for president. He said that Joe Rogan loves black people, and he apologized for it also. But the reality is that here's what I think. And I think that a lot of people, okay, who actually deal with black people, okay, or deal with black folks, and they have a black child, or they're, helping folks out in Africa or whatever, they'll mess around and say the N-word because they feel comfortable. Because why? Well, you know what? I'm taking care of a half black child. Okay. You talk about being black is weird and all this. I can say that because, I'm taking care of a black man's child. I'm contributing to the black community. So therefore, I need to be able to say whatever I want to say. Okay. And you know what? That is the furthest stupidest thing from the truth. And the reality is that if you feel that way about black people, why in the hell did you get with a lady who had a black daughter, or a half black daughter rather, or a child by a black man? Why did you do it? And see, here's where the rubber meets the road. There are a lot of people who can do that and still be racist. Like Andrew Yang was over here coping for Joe Rogan. Oh, he isn't racist. He works with black people. Again, Democrats, they say stuff like this. If he's not racist, why is he saying those things? Why does he feel comfortable saying those things? We don't want to know why. Because, oh, you know what? My wife has a half black daughter. I have some black friends. Listen to this. I can even be in Africa. As an African American, we're both black. Can I get away with Satan saying certain things over here? No. Or vice versa. Because there are certain things that you can't say. Now, obviously, it's a lot different when you're both black. You get more leeway. But if you're a white guy, you can't say black is weird. But here's the biggest reason. Joe Rogan knows he can't be punished. But see, if it was the Jewish community, he won't say that, will he? See, black people got to understand, again, we're talking about power here. Other groups seek it. We don't. We are looking for emotional victories. Victories that don't lead in anything. All right? And in order for you to be able to cancel stuff, you have to own stuff. Look at Viacom, BET. Even BET can't say anything about anybody Jewish. Not that you would want to, but the reason why you can't is because Jewish people own it. They own NFL football teams. They own industry, Hollywood, so they can stop you. Oh, you feel that way? Okay, you're not going to be here. See, black people, we have to get back to, and a brother commented on my King Ghana channel. He said, you know what? Black people got to get back to wanting to do the work. And see, we don't want to own the industries or compete to have our stuff, even compete to control our stuff in our own communities. So when people do things to us, we can't cancel them, because people who listen to Spotify and listen to Joe Rogan, most of his fan bases ain't black. I bet it. I don't hear too many brothers in the black community talking about, you know what? I got to go home and run home and listen to the Joe Rogan Experience. No. Nobody's going to give Joe another chance. He's worth too much money, and the white fan base love him, and the non-black fan base love him. So their desire to keep him here is more than us. And we're sitting here fighting amongst blacks, fighting in the African American community, in the black diaspora, and we don't have any power. We have to figure out how to get our power. You can't have power if you're not owning a Spotify. You can't have power if you're not owning real estate. You can't have power if you're not owning things that you need to have, being shareholders and stuff. See, we have to be real about this. And we can't be chasing moral victories, because moral victories don't get you any damn where. People can say things about your community and about your people, about the whole community. We talking about black. He ain't talking about being black is weird to African Americans. He's talking about everybody black. Yeah, I even got a half black daughter. So I really can say it. And you can't do nothing about it. I'm still going to be the #1 guy on Spotify. All I got to do is give you an apology. You see? But that's how it works. That's how it works when you don't have power and you're not seeking it. And we have enough money, enough people in our community. We don't even need to really touch what anybody else have. If we can control what goes on, it just, even in the black world, it's enough to make you rich. But y'all don't hear me though. But guys, what do you think? It's your boy, O'Shea Duke Jackson, back at it again with another episode of The Celebrity Junk. I really appreciate you for all that you do. Subscribe, hit the bell, check out the first comment at the top. And as you know, the buffoonery remains at an all-time high. I'm out.